Happy Tuesday. I didn't vlog yesterday. We left at 9 in the morning and we didn't get back until like 6 o'clock maybe. I got, this thing is full. This tote is like full. It's got some of my pans on top, some Rice Krispies, my, this is my recipe papers. And then down here in a bag, I have stuff for Thanksgiving. Because I'm making Thanksgiving just for Dad and I. I bought a turkey breast yesterday to put in the small roaster pan. I'm gonna make a green bean casserole. He just wants stovetop kind of stuffing, so that's what we're gonna have. A broccoli, cheese, mushroom casserole that I like. A corn casserole. The word casserole is happening a lot. Sweet potatoes. You know. Thanksgiving. So yeah, I just have, Dad and I were gonna go today and finishing up at Meijer to get the last few things, but we left this morning, went to Cassopolis, Michigan. This big company there, it's a big solar energy place. Every year they do a veterans Thanksgiving dinner, and every previous year it's always been bring your family in and you get served. Well, this year it was just drive-through, and they ask you how many, because it's for the veterans and their families, how many meals you want. They give you a can of soda and you get a little side thing with pie, and it was all catered in by an Amish restaurant, the Easton House restaurant. So it was very good. But we pull in and there's a news guy there. And we get our meals, and the news guy, young guy, said, "Hey, would you mind talking to me after you get your meals? I'm pulling up over there." And Dad's like, "Sure." So the humper had to do a mic check and say and spell his name and answer some questions like, you know, what year should you serve? What does it make? How does it make you feel that they had these kind of events? And, you know. So we're recording the news all night long to see if he makes the cut. And then we left there and we cut up north and over into this tiny little speck of a town, Keeler, but the cemetery there is where his friend Mike is buried. Mike passed away a year ago today. He's the one that passed away hunting in the woods, walking back to his truck to get a pair of gloves. One of my dad's really, really good friends. And so we found the cemetery, but we had no idea where in the cemetery. So I called his wife, Andy. I said, "Andy, we're out at the cemetery. Guide me." She's like, "They just laid his stone yesterday." And she kind of told me we couldn't find it. Well, the roads are very narrow, and there was a vehicle, an SUV, blocking this one area, so we couldn't get to this one area. So I came up and circled around behind it thinking, if I can get behind this SUV, maybe they'll move so I can drive by. So we stop, and Dad walks up and looks over, and it's Mike's mom, and she's parked next to where he was buried. So Dad and her got out, and we're standing there talking by the stone. She'd been sitting out there quite a while. So yeah. Then we left there, took payroll to the shop, and then our plan was to go to Meijer, but I'm like, I have to tinkle really bad, and I'm hungry. I hadn't eaten breakfast. Let's just go home and shop tomorrow. Dad's like, that sounds like a plan. Then we get home, he's so happy because the leaf guys were here getting all our leaves up. So they did us, and then Dad walked over to these neighbors on this side saying, "Do you want your front yard and your side yard done? He'll do it for this amount of money." He's like, guy's like, "Yes." So then he walked over and paid the guy cash. And then they went over and did his front yard, and then 2 doors down at Bill's house, they went down and did his yard. So Dad's so happy to have all the leaves done now. But those guys, they have big equipment. They got their big packs and the big blowers and the things that drives around and mulches and sucks them up. So yeah. But okay, I'm going to continue tomorrow. Dad just left to go call bingo. It's their last night until they shut down for 3 weeks. And I'm going to watch the DVR. I don't even think I have I got Christmas movies, so I always have that. But I'll see you tomorrow. if you hear vroom, 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 my cousin Bart's on the roof blowing out our eaves. He's getting the leaves. This little piece of hair just wants to be its own little guy up there. Look at it. He's like, hello world. It's okay. You can say hello world. Today's Wednesday. We went to Meijer. Well, we didn't. Dad stayed in the van. I ran in and got the few things on our list and got right out. They have rotisserie chicken on sale for $4.99. I was going to get a rotisserie chicken to pluck apart to use the meat for some chicken soup, but none. They had none. They didn't have any cooking. They didn't have any containers for them. They don't have the stock. So I went back to the meat department, and where they have the meat in the little coolers, they just had big family packs. So then I went down to the meat counter, and I'm like, can I have one giant chicken boob, please? Because I just need one big one to shred up into a little pot of soup. So the guy, he goes, I'll pick you the biggest one in there. I'm like, thank you. So tomorrow I'm going to make chicken soup. Today we've just been eating stuff out of the fridge. That's a lie. I did buy myself some sushi at Meijer. I had some for lunch, and I didn't eat it all, so I have a little bit left I can have later. And I picked up some tamales the other day when we were out and about at stores. They were a discount grocery store. They're like $3.99 for these 10 giant pork and red sauce tamales. So Dad had a couple of those for lunch, and he really liked them. He put some salsa on them. He was happy. He goes, that makes a nice little meal. So yeah. But we're kind of quarantining now because we've been exposed to somebody who has tested positive for COVID-19, which is my cousin Ronnie. His wife's not feeling good now. And the other girl at the office isn't feeling good. We have a guy, one of our drivers, isn't feeling the best. Ronnie feels better now because he got tested at the back end of it. Because it's hard to get in. It's hard to get in to get a test here for some reason. So now Dad and I are just staying in a little bit. We have enough groceries for the next couple weeks. I called and changed. He's a doctor's appointment next Wednesday, but I called them and I told them the reason. So they bumped him out. They couldn't get him until like December 14th. It was just a follow-up anyway. So, because the doctor's office they don't want you to come in if you think you've been around somebody with it. So, yeah. So that's fun. What else? What else is happening? Kitty's hiding because as soon as Bart came and started making lots of noise on the roof, she's like, peace out. Peace out. Alright, I'll be back later. I'm sitting at my desk doing work. I gotta position myself at the other desk to write out a deposit slip for the bank. Since my cousin Bart's on the roof, I might have him drop it off at the bank for me. Dad went outside. I said, don't get close to him. Dad's like, I know, we're going to be outside. I'll stay away from him. I'm like, okay. But I got to go now. Bye. It's evening time. I'm having some sushi. And I got some baked lays, but Kitty wanted to smell it. And she smelled right over where the wasabi was, and her face goes... She did not like the smell of the wasabi. Did ya? Okay. That's gonna be my dinner. I got a peach tea. I'm getting ready to turn on some sort of movie or something on Netflix while I eat. So yeah. Been watching videos on how to cook my chicken boob, what kind of good seasonings go in chicken soup. What do you put in your chicken soup if you make chicken soup? I've made it before, but it's been a long time. It's very simple, I know. All right. Good night.